Ah, Doritos, everyone's favorite little golden triangle snacks, though I don't know that I can think of any others. And I don't know how common knowledge this is, but Doritos were invented at Disneyland. So this is a Disney Parks video. So there used to be a restaurant called Casa de Frito, which was a restaurant hosted by Frito, as may be expected, serving authentic Mexican food. One day, a food supplier comes in and notices the restaurant has a crap ton of tortillas and is like, dudes, what are you gonna do? Let those go bad? No, what you're gonna wanna do, fry those bad boys up, season them, and sell them like that. Use that up, and people will dig them. And people dug them. And eventually the Frito-Lay company realized they had a hit on their hands, and eventually Doritos became a nationwide snack food being sold in grocery stores. Oh, and by the way, July 17th of 2018 is going to be Disneyland's 63rd anniversary. That's why this is this week's video. So I found a recipe for vegan Doritos on the internet, and that is what I'm going to be making today. Now, the recipe that I found, which can be found down below, were for baked Doritos, but I kind of bought the fryer before I realized the recipe said that. So, we're doing as this recipe says, except we are frying these instead. Okay, so first we are going to be doing the seasoning for the nacho cheese, and to do that I am going to blend together 1/4 cup nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons of paprika, which I got smoked paprika because the spicy nacho recipe calls for that as well, and I didn't realize they were different paprikas, so oops, I used smoked paprika in the nacho cheese by mistake. 1 teaspoon chili powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, and 1/2 to 1 teaspoon salt. I'm using a full teaspoon for all of these. Blend them all together, and there you have the nacho cheese seasoning. Next is the Cool Ranch seasoning, and for that we need 1/4 cup nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons onion powder, 2 teaspoons garlic powder, 2 teaspoons dried parsley, 2 teaspoons dried chives, 1/2 to 1 teaspoon salt.
Spin it!
And now for the spicy nacho seasoning, it is 1/4 cup nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoon chili powder, 2 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon cumin, and 1/2 teaspoon coriander. When the chips are done frying, I flip them over into this tray while they're still nice and hot, and sprinkle them with the seasoning and stir them together with the tongs. In addition to these 3 flavors, I take some McCormick barbecue seasoning and use that to season a 4th batch. Because I miss the barbecue Doritos from the mid to late 2000s. Those were good. Alright, so I've made these homemade vegan Doritos. I'm a little curious to try these. Some of the herb blends smell really good. Some of them are kind of like, they don't smell bad, but I wouldn't describe them as smelling like Doritos. So yeah, like I said, I'm curious to try this. Let's get a picture. Let's get a look here. There we go. Yep. There's a few different flavors in there, and some of them blend together, and I can't really tell which is which. So, that's fun. Okay, well this is clearly a Cool Ranch, so let's start here. I could have fried this longer. I wouldn't say it tastes like Cool Ranch, but it does remind me of the Cool Wheat Ranch crackers. So it definitely has a ranch taste, and it tastes pretty good. So for the Cool Ranch, let's say freeze frame. So I didn't want to do a 0 to 10 rating, and I couldn't think of any better options in the moment. But what I am going to do is I am going to put them on a chart comparing them to Disney rides. The bottom of the chart is going to be Pixar Pier. The top of the chart is Haunted Mansion. Now these Cool Ranch are actually pretty dang good. I'm going to put these at a Splash Mountain.
Okay, next we're going to go with the nacho cheese. You know, the standard flavor, even though actually the taco flavor was the original. It's weird that it got discontinued for a long time though. But anyways, nacho cheese. Again, should have let that fry longer. This one's harder. Alright, so the nacho cheese does not taste like nacho cheese really. It's not bad. Actually, it's pretty good. But because I use smoked paprika in this instead of just normal paprika, the smokiness is actually really coming out. So it's not exactly how it's supposed to taste, but it's still pretty good. I still like the Cool Ranch better though.
So the nacho cheese is it's okay, but not fabulous. I would put this somewhere around the Pinocchio ride. Yeah, the Pinocchio ride feels about right.
Oh, and I thought it was the nacho cheese that smelled the weirdest. At least the most out there. Again, it was the smokiness of it. So, you know, there's that. Okay, next I'm going to try a spicy nacho. This is my least favorite of the ones I've tried so far. It's not spicy. It's not too nacho-y. It's not bad, but it's not as good as the nacho or the Cool Ranch. Honestly, I think next time I should maybe throw some cayenne pepper in. That would probably be good.
And these spicy nachos are not spicy at all and are incredibly bland. I put these down at a Main Street vehicle. And yes, the Main Street vehicles are higher than Pixar Pier.
Last but not least, we have barbecue. Not as good as I remember the old school barbecue. Well, old school, it was mid-2000s. Not as good as those barbecue chips, or Doritos. But probably my favorite of the ones that I made today. The two that I like the best is the Cool Ranch and the barbecue. Should I do the... Oh, and the barbecue powder that I did use, although I just used the McCormick powder, ground it up a little bit, it is vegan as well. So everything is vegan.
And the barbecue, they're a little salty, which I don't think I say when I was recording this, but they are pretty dang salty. I do wish I mixed together the spicy nacho together with the barbecue. I think that would have actually been really good. But as they are now, I am going to put these at a Jungle Cruise. And does anybody remember those Wow chips? I believe they also made Wow Doritos. And for those not in the know, these were fried with Alestra, which, they caused anal leakage. So really, you should open these bags and hear
on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.